Welcome to Explore Killington. I am Kate.
And I'm Slater.
And we are going to have one amazing show for you guys. Starting off from the top of Killington, we're going to take some runs, but we also have some really fun things for you guys to check out, starting out with my interview with the one and only Grizzly.
Yeah, and you know, I caught up with some old friends up here, my friends Pam and Pat. I'm going to try to corral them after the next lift ride here, see if I can't get an interview from them. Also, I know we got a really interesting piece. It's all about the grooming. If you've ever wondered, Kate, how they keep Killington Mountain in such tip-top shape, wonder no more. We got a lot of information about how they keep this place groomed top to bottom every night for you. And also, I know we got a nice park piece, how they build these parks. It's amazing, because you and I have been in through a couple of these parks.
We have.
It's like you take these things for granted, but there's a ton of effort, a lot of engineering, a lot of mathematics that go into these things too, to make them so that you and I can have fun in there.
That's right, a lot of creativity. You have to appreciate that for sure. Now we also have some spring events coming up as it is rolling into spring very soon. The weather's warming up. We're getting ready to tailgate. We're getting ready to wear those t-shirts on the slopes. We're gonna have some fun stuff for you guys to check out. And then we are going to definitely last, but definitely not least, the Lookout, where we will enjoy some of our new friends as well as old, and some libations as well. It's always a good time over there, but I think right now it's time to hit the slopes.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, Katie. All right.
Wow, that is a really nice groomed trail.
That's an awesome groomed trail. We're on Great Northern right now.
And I'm pulling Slater down the mountain if you haven't noticed.
I got you.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. You know, we're on Great Northern. It comes right off of Killington Peak, Kate, and this is one of the trails that they groom every single night. Now, the cool thing about Killington, even though it's the biggest ski area in the eastern seaboard, you can still be a novice and go up to Killington Peak, enjoy the views, and make your way down here. It's actually a beginner slope. And that's one of the really cool things about Killington. You can get up to the very tippy top and still be a beginner and come down and not feel, you know, like you're over your head with anything.
That's right, it is a great trail to cruise down.
Yeah, but it's not only the gentleness of the trail, a large part of it, of course, is the grooming that they put into it every single night. Well, up next, we have a very interesting piece that tells us all about the grooming and what goes on here every night at Killington. You guys check it out. Kate and I are headed toward Bear Mountain. You ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Channel 1 radio, now winking upper superstar. English cross 4 lanes, taking exit to base 2. To Channel 1 radio,
here we go.
is complete. Space copies.
10-4. And away we go. We'll make for good grooming tonight because it's a little soft. I love it when we get 2 or 3 inches a night. One of the guys calls it a hamburger helper because it's hero snow. No matter what you do, you can't go wrong. Your pass is beautiful, you know. I've been probably on this shift probably 10 seasons or so. I used to do the midnight to 9 o'clock shift for my first 6-7 years. I could never really get into a routine. Some guys can, I don't know how they do it, but I really couldn't. And then when the opportunity for this shift opened up, I seized the opportunity. I've been doing this so long, I know where my flaws are. And you try to have a perfect night, but there's no such thing as that. If you did, you'd go batty, because even if you've got your trail to your best ability, you're gonna be chasing snowmobile tracks all night long, you know? It's not like anybody's trying to ruin your work intentionally. It's just, like I said, it's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. The fall lines really play a big part in how do you approach certain trails. Gravity is snow's enemy, you know? And skiers push the snow down and push it out. We push it in and push it up. That's kind of the basic rule of thumb for us. There's not much you can do about Mother Nature. You gotta cover your area, push as much snow as you can, and try and get some corduroy on it. And in some days, it's just there's nothing you can do about it. Mother Nature's working against you. The goal is to get everything covered and do it in the best ability and the best job you can, because you want to leave the best product you can for the customer.
That kid was good.
Rocking it in the park.
I got to catch up with that kid, whoever he was. He was pretty good.
He has some talent, a little bit, I must say.
Yeah. Hey, we're over here at the Stash. It's the Burton Natural Terrain Park, only one of a few in the world, certainly the only one here in Vermont. It's right here at Killington, man. You got to check this out. All the hits feature a lot of natural stuff, you know, but there's a tremendous amount of work that goes into these things, isn't it, just to get them set up.
It's really a lot of work that gets put into this, a lot of maintenance. You see these guys, these park crew in here all the time making sure this is pristine so that our friends can hit those jumps in the best way possible and the safest way possible.
Well, you know, if we wanted to find out more, all you got to do is sit tight because we got a whole little piece we've put together about how they actually build these parks. Check it out. It's coming up next.
Just lift straight down the trail from your angle.
Yeah, it was that speed. No, it's pretty good.
I'll check the nose over just a little bit.
10 fun. My name is Corey Tredden, Terrain Park Grooming Supervisor. I've been here for 8 years. I grew up here, riding here, and then you know, hanging out with the park staff in the parks, riding the parks. And of course, naturally wanted to be working in them. I started here in '04. I worked day crew that year, and then the next year I started grooming. I would just ride with the guy that used to do it every night after work usually, and just watched him, learned a bunch of stuff watching him and talking to him, and then started doing it. Figured there was got to be a better way that we could make it work out a lot easier. So easier and faster and more efficient. If we're not out here, we're usually in the shop. We're on day 4 of our park build on Timberline. Currently we're in lower Timberline. Terrain down here is a little mellower. Up top in upper Timberline where we have the mini pipe, it's a little steeper up there and there's a little bit more snow made, so we do some bigger stuff, still medium sized jumps. It's a good progression area to learn down here. This park just lends itself to be very flowy in general. The trail is like, it's got a lot of turns and natural stopping places, flat areas and then steeper areas. So it really like comes together pretty easily. It just makes sense where different features go. Like for instance, this rainbow box in front of us. Everybody may say, oh, well, you always have that box or some type of box on an elevated pad there. Well, down 2 feet underneath that is this like massive rock. So you can't really do anything else in this section other than have like a roll, a big pile of snow to bury that. I don't know, it's a delicate balance for us between risk and reward. You can build crazy big stuff with huge gaps, but you gotta take into effect the client that you have too. Like in the mainline park like this, we typically won't build like huge gaps or anything along those lines, but when it comes to something like Rails to Riches, you know, pretty much all the stops are thrown out. We do whatever we think would be cool. Clear, cold night, you know, with a full moon, and you can just see everything. You know, your lights in front of you, but you can still see, you know, all the way down the trail. And it's just, there's really nothing like that, you know. It's pretty cool. So that's what keeps me coming back.
Well, okay, there's an awful lot of work, as you can see now, how that goes into these terrain parks to keep them buffed out and in great shape every single night here, right?
We're not talking about you being buffed out and in shape, right? Because you do look pretty good today, I must say.
That's in the next segment.
Oh, okay, okay. But in order to keep that, you know, having your style and being safe in the parks and being able to enjoy them, you need to have a smart style safety plan. Now that starts out with making a plan. You have to have a plan implemented or designed before you implement it. The next thing, look before you leap. Make sure you're looking around, making sure you see who's around you, that you don't want to run into anybody. If there are little kids around, make sure you're going really slow because they don't know what they're doing quite yet, and you want to make sure you don't hit them because that would be bad.
Yeah.
What's next, Slato?
Well, you want an easy style it too. What's that mean? Well, don't get in over your head, you know. You got to build up to these big hits, so take your time, baby steps. You got to walk, crawl before you can walk. You got to walk before you can run. So easy style it. Take it easy, stay within your ability level. And finally, respect gets respect, man. Don't be one of those guys that just yells at everybody. He's a big jerk in the park. We don't like him, and
No way.
you know, we're going to shun you at the lookout when we see you later. So
Don't be that guy.
Be respectful here in the park. Well, speaking of the park, I had such fun in the stash. I think we should hit this park on the way down the hill. What do you think?
I think that is a fantastic idea. Let's do it.
All right, Explore Killington, continuing from the Dreammaker Park.